Several months ago, I had the privilege of being invited to address a group, give a speech. It was an invitation to talk to this group, and it was really a nice honor to be given that invitation. And guess what the subject was? The subject was the Sermon on the Mount, the whole thing. And I was thinking, man, that's a lot to cover in a half-hour, 40-minute dinner talk. So I did my best to really research the Sermon on the Mount and be ready and give a nice 30-minute presentation and then be able to handle any questions that I might have gotten. And I was patting myself on the back after I got through my talk, opened the floor up to questions. And the question was, explain the beatitude, blessed are the meek. If there was any one sentence from the Sermon on the Mount I was not ready to explain, it was that. So I fumbled and stumbled for a minute and then basically said, I need to shut up because I'm not sure, So, blessed are the meek. I did a little research on that now, okay? I'm ready. Blessed are the meek. What does that mean? The Beatitudes, we can't cover the whole thing, but let's just talk about one of them. Blessedness, happiness, peace, a sense of wholeness. All of that is contained in the word blessed. And what is meekness? Meekness, I think, in our culture is oftentimes confused with weakness. Meekness is not weakness. I read a commentary on it, and the word that really struck me as a healthy definition of what it means to be meek, and it's not a word that we necessarily want to hear ourselves described as, but the word was tame. A tameness, like an animal is wild or it's tame. We are tame under the guidance of our master, God. We have a rebellious spirit, but when that rebellious spirit is tamed by God's grace, then we are meek. Jesus is the model of meekness. He was obedient to the authority of the Father. And so when he was being persecuted, when he was being led to slaughter like a lamb, he was meek. Could he have killed all those Roman soldiers? Did he have the power to put them down? Absolutely. But like a strong lion with a little spider web of a leash, he was led because he was meek to the authority of his Father. And for us to be meek means that we submit ourselves to legitimate authority. Y'all have all heard the expression, I would imagine, you're not the boss of me. You ever heard that? You're not the boss of me. If we are meek, we say to God, you are the boss of me. You are the boss of me. Please tell me what to do. Guide me. I am tame to your hand. I am trained by your goodness to trust in you, to allow you to lead me. Meekness is not weakness. Meekness is a tameness to legitimate authority. What are the great sins against meekness? Obviously, pride, kind of a refusal to obey, but one that we might not come to mind immediately. Some of the greatest crimes in the history of humanity have been carried out because I was just following orders. When the Nazis killed millions of Jews, the soldiers were just what? Just following orders, just being meek to the authority. No. We have to know what's legitimate authority and what is not legitimate authority. We can't just follow the flow of a culture going to hell. We have to stand up against it. We have to be meek to God, not to the world. If we're meek to the world, we'll never be persecuted. We'll never live the Beatitudes. But if we submit to the authority of God, if we say to Almighty God, to the precepts of the church, to the works of mercy, then we are blessed. So what does it mean to be meek? It's not weakness, it's not shyness. It is tame to the authority of our Master, Almighty God.